Breath is full. That's 4 and 5. Once again, you have the option of rolling back out of this through your chakrasana. If that's too much, just sit up and jump back, or wait. Moving through the vinyasa if you've jumped back or rolled out, and coming back forward onto your knees. In a kneeling position, you're now ready for Shirshasana, headstand position. So, cross your arms, holding the elbows in your hands, lowering the elbows onto the floor. That's how far apart the elbows should be. Now take your hands out, lace the fingers together. The top of your head should come to the floor, the back of your head cradled in the hands. Even though this is called Shirshasana, the headstand, truly the most weight should be on your arms. Now keep your elbows from rolling out to the sides and straighten your legs. And begin to walk the feet toward your head. If you don't want to go all the way to headstand, you could pause in half of a headstand, leaving your feet on the floor. Otherwise, you would now bring your feet further toward the head, bend your knees, and move right up into Shirshasana, headstanding position. Keep the weight in that nice triangular base, that base that moves across the forearms from the elbows and across the hands, and the very top of your head. The majority of the weight should be distributed across the arms, the head being used for balance. Keep lifting all the way up through the balls of the feet. Keep the breath full and deep. Shirshasana also will hold a bit longer than the other postures. It's a very therapeutic pose. Keep the breath full and deep. If you need to come out of this posture at any time, by all means do so. Otherwise, remain in the pose. If you do have to come out of it, if your feet are still on the floor, you would just bend your knees and sit back on your heels. If you are still up in headstand and want to come out, you would bend the knees lower and then sit back on your heels and pause in child's pose. Otherwise, you might still be in headstand. Now we'll try a couple of variations for those of you still in headstand. Bend at the waist, lowering your feet halfway to the floor with the legs still straight, and pause there. Full deep breathing. Hold that just a couple more breaths. 3, 4, and 5. Now inhale and come all the way back up. One more as you exhale, lowering the feet toward the floor, this time just before they touch the floor. Inhale, come all the way back up to headstand, and then exhale and lower all the way down. Bend your knees, sit back on your heels, take your arms back by your sides, and pause in child's pose. Stay there for a few breaths. You don't want to sit up too fast after the inverted postures. So stay there. The breath is nice and full. Good. Now from there, take one more vinyasa. Jump back. Move through your upward facing dog and your downward facing dog. And come all the way back through. Sitting position. We're ready for the final 3 poses of the primary series of Ashtanga Yoga. They're all done in lotus position. If that's not possible, just sit with crossed legs. Or you might sit in lotus or half lotus. If you're in lotus position, reach behind your back and clasp the feet. If your legs are just crossed, just reach behind your back. Baddha Padmasana. Lift the chest, inhale. Exhale, extend forward, bring your head toward the floor. Once you can reach your head to the floor, you would then work your chin toward the floor. Either way, the breath is full and deep. Stay with the breathing. This is Yoga Mudrasana. Now inhale, sit up again, keeping Baddha Padmasana, bound lotus, and release. Take your hands to your knees, your classic yogi posture. Thumb and first finger touching, the chest lifted and open, the spine straight. the breath full and deep, you can drop your chin toward your chest. We're going to stay here a bit longer as well. Be aware of your locks, Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. Draw the air in long flowing streams in each nostril, totally filling the lungs, and as you exhale, completely emptying the lungs, using the abdomen and your locks to further empty the lungs. Don't force the breath, but allow it to become greater. Allow the breath to fill the lungs further by lifting with the intercostal muscles, the muscles between the ribs. And as you exhale, you can use the abdominal contraction a bit to assist the air out of the lungs. Don't use too much effort, though. Keep the focus on the sound, the quality of your breath. Full breathing. As you're breathing deep, think beyond the lungs. You're filling the entire body every time you inhale. Strong breathing. Very good. That should be about 10 breaths. Okay, we're ready for the final pose, Tolasana. Place your hands beside your hips. Now, we're going to lift up in a moment, and I want you to hold this for as long as you possibly can, or 100 breaths, whichever comes first. This is a powerful posture that will engage all of your locks. Even if you cannot achieve liftoff, that's okay. Just press your hands into the floor, make the effort to lift, feel the abdomen working, and lift. Your gaze looks straight ahead, full deep breathing. I'm going to count to 15. Try to hold it for as long as you can. 1, 2. If you need to come down, please do so. 3, 4. Keep the breath full and deep. 5, 6, 7. If you've already come down, that's fine, but keep breathing full and deep. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Full breath, look straight ahead. 13, hold it. 14, one more good breath. And 15, exhale, come down. Pause for a moment there, sitting up straight and breathing full and deep. It's okay if you weren't able to hold for the full 15. It will give you something to work towards. If you were able to hold for 15, then hold longer. Try to increase it over time. We're now ready for deep relaxation. So, lie down on your back. Straighten the legs. Let your palms roll open toward the sky. Let the feet roll out to the sides. And completely let go from head to toe. This posture is just as important as all of the previous ones. It gives the body a chance to assimilate all of the energy which you've accumulated, the life force you've extracted within the breathing, the prana. It gives a chance for the body to absorb it and to channel it throughout the entire system. Release any effort in the breath. Let it go. Let the body sink into the earth. Just imagine the muscles now melting away from the bones, coming into a liquid state and allowing them to just seep into the earth, leaving the skeletal system there, and feel it settling into alignment. Feel a bit of space between all of the joints. Feel some space between the toes, the bones in the feet, and the ankles. Feel the knees, a bit of space between the knee joints, the hips and the pelvis. All of the vertebrae of the spine settling into alignment. The fingers, the hands and wrists, the elbows and the shoulders settling into alignment. The cervical spine, the neck. relaxing and lengthening.